Good morning, Grid Nation. It's afternoon now. I'm Cassie Martinez. I'm here with Julia and Tori of the Las Vegas Venom. What's up, guys?
Hey, not much. Just saying it's morning over here, but afternoon over there for you.
Oh, there we go. Tori's still playing around with her phone orientation over there.
Y'all, I'm just like from the woods. I have no idea what I'm doing on this thing. We're trying.
I don't know what you keep fixing. It looks good.
Oh my god.
It's not good again.
Over here.
Oh my gosh. Before we
I'm
started,
trying to download. Go ahead.
Before we started, Julia and I were like, "Oh my gosh, our boyfriends are in the comments." So shout out to Mike and also Coach Paul in the comments. They're chilling out there and watching us. So we're gonna have some fun. Hi guys.
Hi Paul.
Long time no see. I miss y'all.
Real quick, I did say during the grid match in Dallas, I told my boyfriend if the guy was the camera dude, who's like following you around.
Yeah.
I said I would look at the camera and I would say, "Hi, babe." Long story short, if you know like
I saw you do that
49ers, the quarterback Purdy.
Yeah.
He like looked at the camera and he just said, "Hi, Mom." So that's kind of like where I got that from.
Aw, shout out Brock Purdy. What did they call him? Mr. Forgettable or something like that?
Yeah, I tried to get number 13 for my jersey because that's his number. And then Michelle Young took that number.
Aw.
I changed it to 14, and that's the year I joined the Marine Corps.
Aw, there you go. It worked out.
It did.
Oh, Mr. Irrelevant. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. That's what
Mr.
It was. Mr. Forgettable. All right, guys. Tori, have you ever done a grid podcast before?
No,
Tori, your phone is making me so angry.
Girl. Stop! Don't touch your.
Let's do this.
I haven't been touching it. Watch.
Here, I'm gonna go like this.
Hey, I like that. Okay. I love that.
So
okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That works. No, Julia, now you're sorry.
No. Anyways, that's fine.
Keep it. Right,
I have not. But we were excited. Me and Julia have been talking about this. We love each other, so we were excited to do this together.
Yeah,
we're excited.
We're like cousins in a way because people think I'm Tori.
Literally.
So, before we get into anything else, like, how do you guys know each other? Like, what's the story? Because I didn't know that you guys knew each other before.
Well, we did it.
We don't. Well, we didn't.
What?
Yeah, so we just started getting close throughout the season and started talking all over the place. And that crazy fail video that I had where I should have broken my neck. I'm over it. I don't care. But shattered both my toes instead. She shared that video, and we had been talking before then about season and what to expect. And then she shared that video, and everybody thought when she shared it that it was her, but it was, we can do this now. It was actually me. So then after that, we just thought it was funny. And since everybody thought we were related or each other, we just decided that we're cousins, and that's just how it happened.
Oh, I love that for you guys. I'm literally like looking at all your stories and I'm like, oh, like they're besties. Like that's how they found Julia, probably, obviously. Like that made sense in my brain. Like, oh, of course, like Tori's military, Julia is military. So they're definitely, locked in together.
Yeah, honestly, the way I found even the Las Vegas Venom is I'm pretty sure Paul came out to Vegas and did like a little trial thing, and I saw the story and I saw Michelle Young in the story doing some of it, and then I reached out to her and I was like, "Hey, are you doing grid?" I've known about grid for like years because I'm originally from Florida, and then that's kind of like what steered me into joining the grid match. And then Paul just like, "You got it, you can do it, join the team, you be a good athlete." And then I finally gave in and did it because I told myself like, I'm not doing grid, and then I did.
So
grid.
you knew about grid from living in Florida. Where in Florida did you live? And like, I guess you probably knew people that played or something.
I did. I lived in Tampa where I knew a lot of people on the brigade team. So like Jess, I know Tomas. I went to their gym, CrossFit Big Guava. It's a great gym.
It is.
And I saw them doing all these weird movements. I want to say weird movements. It's movements you don't typically see in a CrossFit competition, right? Like weighted pistols. I've never done that, or or just really fast movements. So then I asked her, I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I do grid, blah, blah, blah. And this is like before it was just in Florida. So at the time it was just a bunch of Florida teams. And then, so I just never did it. I guess I just wasn't really too interested in it. I was just focused on just training and CrossFit. And I just saw a lot of videos, about it. And then, yeah. And then the years kind of went by, and then here I am doing grid for the first time.
That's sick. That's awesome. So I want to hear a little bit about your athletic background, and then I want to hear the same from Tori, and then how Tori got on the Venom. I already know the story, but for viewer, entertainment purposes, I don't know.
My athletic background?
Yeah.
Well, growing up, I was a dancer for 15 years. I did ballet, pointe, jazz, all that good stuff. After high school, I got into bodybuilding. I competed in bodybuilding for 3-4 years. I did figure, and then I joined the Marine Corps, got stationed in North Carolina, and then I had a friend convince me to go to a CrossFit gym to do a class. So it was bring a friend week or something like that, at CrossFit Burn. Also a great gym. And since I did the workout, I fell in love. I didn't know what I fell in love, and then I just started. I wanted to get better. I got my first bar muscle up. I learned how to handstand walk, and then I did my first competition, I think in a local one, 2019. So I'm just a baby CrossFitter who's just trying to get better.
Hardly.
Baby
With a
CrossFitter
12-pack.
butt.
It's fine.
Okay.
When you say CrossFit Burn, where's that?
It's in Havelock or New Bern, North Carolina. So I was stationed in Cherry Point, North Carolina, and it's one of the only CrossFit gyms in that area. I think there's another one, but most military members would go to CrossFit Burn, and it's huge. The gym's so big to do it. And I always did the classes, so it was really good.
That's awesome. Mike is adding things to your thing. Julia was a dancer, a firefighter, and a professional Monopoly player. True?
I
could see it.
Monopoly the other day. We played for 4 hours and stayed up till midnight. So,
did you actually finish the game?
We did. Well, we played twice. The first one I forfeit because I got too mad, and then he laughed at me. And then the second time I beat him, but we took intermittent breaks while we were playing because the game was just going on forever.
Through that, he said he smoked you.
He did.
Sounds like she's the goat on top to me, personally.
Yeah, he's ready for revenge this weekend though when he comes to see me.
Oh heck yeah! Oh, do you guys not live in the same state? You're in California, right?
Yeah, he's about an hour from me. He lives in San Jose, so we kind of take turns seeing each other on the weekends. So
that's awesome.
we were long distance for a while, for about a year and a half. When I was living in Oceanside near San Diego, and he was living in San Jose, and then we would have to travel, fly back and forth. So, and then I was deployed in Australia last year for 6 months. So 6 months of not seeing each other then too. So,
holy crap, that's awesome though. I mean, if you could, withstand that, you could withstand, many things ever. So shout out to you guys. That's sick. Thank you. All right, Tori, tell me your athletic background and how you came onto the grid a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
So
she's on fire.
While
over
she
there.
handles that.
No,
I'm glad she was a firefighter.
I'm gonna mute myself. I'll tell the story in a minute.
Sounds good.
You can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can still hear you, Tori.
So I was a gymnast first, and then like an all-star cheerleader. I got pulled into Olympic weightlifting in high school. Ended up lifting for Team USA for a long time. Um, got to travel all over the world, which was really cool with some really good athletes that are still going today. Ultimately, I had a really bad neck injury in 2014, which left me unable to walk for almost 5 months. And so I kind of had to start all over again with fitness. They told me I would never lift a barbell, never like handstand push-ups wasn't a thing. Just my neck was too weak to support stuff, or heavy weights. So anyways, after my rehab and recovery happened, I found CrossFit because of course in CrossFit you can scale everything, depending on how you're feeling, what kind of, movements you can't do, what you can do. So I got into CrossFit and was very careful at first and just started getting stronger and better. And I just felt like, I know they told me I could never lift again, but I feel too good right now to not try things. So I started testing the waters and then been CrossFitting now for 11 or 12 years straight. And I think my backgrounds in gymnastics and Olympic lifting obviously helped me with CrossFit for sure. I got a lot of the skills up front out of the way without the endurance piece of it. And yeah, so now I just do full-time CrossFit and Grid League.
That's crazy. How did you injure your neck though? If you don't mind me asking.
As a chiropractor. Yeah, I went to a routine chiropractor visit. I was home and he over-adjusted my neck, and I left the appointment unable to walk. I pretty much fell off the table as soon as he was done. He just over manipulated everything, and it started at the atlas, which is like the first bone of your spine, and it kind of trickled down from there, but it tore a lot of muscles and ligaments and tissue in the left side of my neck. So essentially I wasn't paralyzed. I could feel everything, but I couldn't support my head. I couldn't hold my head up. So it was pretty scary. But I went from being this Team USA weightlifter and traveling all over the place, and I got to train at the OTC a lot and was back and forth from there to like nothing in the blink of an eye. So it sucked really bad.
Holy crap, that's scary. Have you ever been to
Yeah,
a
it was
chiropractor
scary.
since?
Yeah, I actually, after having Oakley, my daughter, 2 years ago, I swore him off for like 10 years, but I
Yeah.
had pushed way too hard, way too fast postpartum after having her. And it was one of the open workouts right after having her. And it was like box jump overs and power cleans. And I think I just wasn't ready for it. And I think it was a second or third that it dropped to the ground. And I knew right away it was not muscular. It was definitely something spinal. So I walked out of that appointment, went straight to a chiropractor from there. Actually, people had to literally carry me out because it was so bad, but I went to a chiropractor and I've been seeing one ever since. I've only let two since then touch me. But it was I had a lot of PTSD from everything. When I walked in, essentially, I tried to tell him it's my back. Please don't touch my neck because of the accident. But they were like, he was a ex football player from LSU, very big guy, very professional, very honest and transparent. But he was like, "I'm sorry if you're coming in here. I'm not just touching your back. Your spine works together. It's top to bottom. If we don't manipulate your neck, we're never going to give you the full effects that you need." So I just kind of had to accept if that's the kind of treatment I wanted to seek, that I needed to kind of just go there again, and I did, and it was an immediate release, and I started sobbing on the table because it was like 10 years of pent up, just internal issues just after that really bad chiropractor accident left me, paralyzed essentially. But yeah, I've been seeing him now for the last 2 years, so it's been good.
That's good. Holy crap, that's really scary. I didn't know that. That's like news to me. So I,
Yeah,
I wanted to know more
pretty
about that
wild.
because holy crap.
We're
I
good
need
though
a
now. Obviously, we're doing
okay.
fine.
Yeah. I've been wanting to see a chiropractor, but now I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to be like really picky. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely too
yeah.
hesitant to go
No, I
to
mean,
a chiropractor.
You don't go
I
to a
went
chiropractor, Julia?
No, I went with my boyfriend for he's dealing with like an elbow injury
Mm-hmm.
and his arm is like stuck like this. I swear every time he shows me, he's like, "Babe, look, it's looking straighter." And I'm like, "It looks the same." But
it looks great.
essentially she was like cracking his neck and it like I don't know, it like freaked me out. But
Well,
yeah,
just like anything,
I
like
don't
freak
know.
accidents happen.
This
Like
is yeah,
I
for
think you'll be
sure.
fine.
This is like so dumb, but like Paul used to like grab my head and just like lift my body up from my head to crack my neck. But then like one time I was like, that's probably like not a good idea. And like
Not a good idea.
he discovered that he could crack my neck like that. And then one day I was just like, yeah, no, like probably not. And now I don't want anyone touching my neck ever again. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have y'all heard of a ring dinger?
No.
A
what's
ring
that?
If you've
dinger,
never heard of
no.
a ring dinger, you need to go look up a ring dinger. I want to try it so bad, but obviously I have like issues. I don't think I could do it. But if you've never heard of a ring dinger, it looks so satisfying and scary, but it's like that. You lay on the table and they like wrap a towel around your neck, and the
Oh, yeah. So
adjustment
they go.
is you're like,
Oh yes.
oh, you gotta watch it. If you've never seen
No,
it, it's
I'm
something
good.
serious.
I'm good.
I like
I've seen videos on Instagram on that.
So good.
I
That's
love like the sound of cracking and also gross stuff. Do you know Alyssa Hoffman of the Breakers?
Yes.
no.
So she's the
Heard of
blonde
her.
one. She's Puff Daddy. Yeah, she's really cool. She's part of the Fab Five that I interviewed yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, I'm a pathologist." I'm like, "So what do you do?" She's like, "All the gross stuff that they take out of people, I like do testing on it and stuff." So she's just looking at gross stuff all day. I'm like, that sounds awesome.
That's actually
Like,
pretty cool.
yeah, right. Like, imagine your job is just like looking at gross stuff. I don't know, something about that just like I don't know, interests
I
me,
don't know.
scratches
I
my
feel like I
brain.
could do it. I'm like weird. I want to see that stuff. Like I want to see the shows where like the surgeries and like them actually
Yeah.
just me. I don't know why. I
Oh
could
no,
do
I
it. I
do
feel like
that
I
too.
could do it.
I'll go on YouTube and I'm like, okay, I had knee surgery 2 years ago. I wanted to see what it looked like, and then I
Me
watched it.
too.
You know, and like now my shoulder, like now I want to see what it looks like.
Heck yeah.
You watched an ACL surgery, Julia?
No, I have, yes, like reconstruction AC. Yeah.
Yes. So that when I went in for my ACL surgery, he tried to like tell me what he was gonna do, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't tell me anything, because if you finish, I'm not coming back tomorrow for surgery. So he's like, all right, good. We're gonna like take your old one out, put a new one in, sew you back up, good to go. And then after the fact, I watched the surgery and what actually happens, and I'm traumatized because they're like beating these, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god.
They like
I wanna
You're
see
like,
beat
that.
you're just
metal rods with a hammer. Can't do
Now I'm
it.
gonna have to look it up. That's, like, gonna be my new, like, hobby. Like, Paul's gonna come home and I'm just, like, watching surgeries on TV and people, like, getting
It was
cut
intense.
into.
yeah. Oh, by the way, real quick, the alarm you guys heard earlier.
Oh, yes, tell me.
In Monterey, where I live, is like these places are really old. So my shower, my cousin's here visiting from San Diego, but my bathroom doesn't have a ventilation fan. It has like an old school like window above the shower where you have to keep it open for
Yeah.
the steam to ventilate. But right outside my bathroom, there's a smoke detector, like literally right outside of it. So if it gets too steamy in my bathroom, the alarm will go off. So it just
Too
sucks. I don't have
steamy.
ventilation fan. So like this place is built like 30, 40 years ago, and then it's renovated. But like places here in Monterey are very old, very old.
Yeah. Does that happen regularly when you shower?
No, actually it doesn't, because
Okay.
I don't shower with the water too hot. My boyfriend would
Okay.
say otherwise. But yeah, I don't shower too hot to where the bathroom's completely steamy, and I don't take 20-minute showers. I like to get in, wash, get out, you know.
Okay, gotcha. I'm
Yeah.
definitely the opposite end. Like, I wanna be there for, like, 30
That's a
minutes,
lie.
and I wanna put it on, like, the hottest setting possible. Mike said that's a lie.
Yeah,
Like,
I like it. I like it to be like comfortably warm, but he likes it cold.
yeah, that's kind of insane behavior, to take cold showers. But Tori, tell me a little bit about how you joined the Venom after, you're a CrossFitter. How did you end up on a grid team? And what was your first like experience hearing about grid?
I'm from Florida too, which is something else Julia and I connected on.
Yeah.
But I knew about it just because from where I'm from. So like through all these years of fitness, I feel like I've always known and seen Grid League, and especially when it's Florida based a lot. Um anyways, last season, like out of nowhere at 9:30 p.m. at night, I get a text from Andrew Maddox, and he's like, hey, you're a girl, we need a girl to do these things and you can do these things. Can you please sign up? And I think they just needed somebody to fill a spot. So I like got thrown in at, he said, our cutoff is midnight tonight. So we need a yes or no. And I was like, rolled over. My husband's still asleep. I like couldn't even ask him. I was like, sure, let's go. I couldn't really do anything until middle of the season last year just because we already had plans at that point. But
Yeah.
essentially, it just started with that. Maddox was an Olympic lifting coach back in my lifting days for another local team. I was lifting with Tyrone Harvey, and he was just like another really good competitor or competitive gym near us. So we've always had this connection, and I think he just thought I would be a good fit just based off of what he knows. So he signed me up, and yeah, this season was like a no-brainer. I just signed back up again. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Funny story that Paul and I laugh about all the time is when I first joined Grid, I joined obviously not obviously, but because you guys don't know me very well. But I joined on the equipment crew, and then I was a referee, and then I started doing the broadcast stuff. But Paul, when I met him, he was doing the equipment stuff. So when we started dating, I was like, "Oh, like I'll go with you to do this thing. Like we'll like get paid for it." And it's just like really cool. So people would always call me like Paul's girlfriend. And I wasn't like Cassie. I was just like someone that was attached to Paul. So it's always like, oh, like who's Cassie? Oh, the blonde one, Paul's girlfriend. Oh yeah, okay. And like that's how everyone knew me. And it's like the story of my life at this point. I'm always like Paul's girlfriend, like in so many spaces. So last season when I met Tori, she came into the house in Tampa, right? And she walks through the door and she's with Oakley, her daughter, and her daughter's so cute. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, hi."
Oh my
And
God.
and I'm
Thank
talking with
you.
Oakley, and then they're going outside to practice. This is the team Airbnb, by the way. This is like when I met them because
Okay.
Paul and I drove separately, and so we were at the Airbnb. So Tori comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, you're the commentator for Grid. Like I've seen you on the live streams."
Paul's
And I'm
girlfriend.
like, "Yes, like let's go." Like she doesn't know me as Paul's girlfriend. And then she's like, "But what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Paul's girlfriend."
Had no idea.
You know what's funny? I could honestly relate to that because my boyfriend, his name's Mike, but he goes by Pool Boy.
Yeah.
He's very involved in like the Savon podcast. I don't know if you know Savon, but
Mhm.
like everyone knows him by Pool Boy, and he just very known in that little group, I guess you could say. So like every time we're going somewhere and I say, yeah, my boyfriend Mike, and like, I don't know who Mike is. I was like, he goes by Pool Boy. Oh yeah, Pool Boy, you're Pool Boy's girlfriend,
Wow.
or like I competed at NorCal Classic in Sacramento, and like 3 people came up to me and they're like, you're Pool Boy's girlfriend. You're Julia, right? I was like, yes, I am.
Like I'm also like killing everybody here, by the way. Like I'm also like a great competitor, but yeah, I'm just, Mike's girlfriend. It'd be like that, girl. I feel you.
But I do have my moments where I'm like I'm not gonna lie, I had like my first it was kind of funny, but I had like I think 2 people at NorCal, and they asked to take a picture with me, and I was like, this is random, like, you're Julia, right? Can I get a photo with you? They're like, I've been following you on Instagram for like quite a while now, and they're like, I'm just fangirling, and I was like, oh my God. And I told Mike, and I was like, I had a
I'm Julia
today, and he just laughed.
That's awesome.
Didn't she get a
That's
bunch
really
at
good.
the last in Dallas too? I feel like that happened a lot in Dallas.
What, for me? For you?
Yeah, like you took people. No, for you. I feel like a lot of people wanted to take pictures.
Just because like I just knew a lot of people. And yeah, I just knew a lot of people. It wasn't like
Fangirl.
yeah.
Yeah. You know a lot of people from like the West
actually knew a
Coast.
lot of people. So it was actually kind of cool to go to Dallas and like run into people I haven't seen since I lived in Florida. So like Jess, Tomas, like other athletes that I haven't seen. There's a few other people like John Young, Avery, who also like that are known in like the Savant podcast, and I think Shut Up and Barbell Spin podcast. Yeah. So Yeah, so I kind of know people there, but there's people that come up to me and talk to me like I've met them, but I'm in my mind I'm like I don't remember who you are. But
That's
I
awesome.
suck at names, so same. I feel like I remember faces so well, but I am the worst at names.
Same.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
my
mean,
boyfriend's the worst with names. I'm like, yeah, babe, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend Tori, right? Like, say we're hanging out, and he's like, who? I don't know who that is. And then I have to pull up the Instagram. Like,
Pictures.
okay, that's who that is. He's so bad with names, but he'll know every movie actor, every movie scene, every podcast, but he doesn't remember any of my friends' names.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, as someone who's really good at names, it's not good for very much. Like, I'll remember people's names that I met like one time 3 years ago, and it's like embarrassing because they're like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Paul's girlfriend." So I have to hit that one. But Mike goes, "Who's Tori?" That girl, obviously.
Yeah.
That girl.
That girl Tori.
Julia's friend.
Tori?
Oh yeah, Tori. The way I reference you too, every time I talk to you and I talk to him, I'm like, yeah, babe, I was just on the phone with Tori, and I had mentioned your name a million times, and he's like, "Who's Tori?" I was like, "It's the chick who fell on her head trying to do a butterfly ring muscle up." He goes, "Oh, that's her. That's her." I was like, "Yes."
Toes.
They gotta call you.
That video is viral.
I told you.
How many views does it have? Like a lot?
Dude.
You should have posted it as a reel. It would have gotten way more views than a post.
I know. I don't know none of that stuff, but I should have done that. Anyways, just like as a normal post, it's got like 30 or 40,000 views right now.
Yeah, I'm about to repost it.
Should be more probably if I did it right, but yeah, go ahead. Do it.
No, that's they should call you Toe Jam Tori. That should be like your username now.
No, that's not good. That's like not what I think of when you think toe jam. That's like not
jammed toes, not like toe jam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not where my mind went. That's gross. We can't do that.
All right. Fair enough. It was I remember when Tori sent that video to Paul and Paul's like, but you can't tell anybody because I don't know if she like wants people to know. And he showed me the video and it was traumatizing because also I don't CrossFit. I just started CrossFit last week, if anybody cares. But
yeah,
that's like my thank you. It's my whole personality right now. It's actually fun and I wasn't expecting it. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like, when people are like, oh, don't do CrossFit, you're gonna get injured. I was like, you see, like, that's why I'm a weightlifter. Like, that's so scary. But it was you're
freak
gangster
accident.
for that. Yeah.
What was funny was I sent it to Paul and he's like, okay, but you'll still be good though, right? For the first match. I'm like, I think we had like 5 or 6 weeks from that point till the first match. So that first match, my toes, like I had the x-ray right before that match. They were very much still both like fractured, both of them. They were healing and adhering. And I guess they like a callus forms around whatever. I've never broken a bone before.
That's crazy.
But he's like, you're good though, right? And I'm like, I hope so. So that was a test.
Tori and I actually had a moment. We were like sending each other failed videos. Instagram.
Who can do this worse?
No, Tori, you weren't there for it, Julia, but during the first match, Tori showed up with these like plastic toe protector things that go like over the laces of your shoes. And it looked like she was wearing like some kind of clown shoe, but it was like low-key so sick because like she's so swollen and
for the
she's
double
like
touches
on her toes. And it's like, damn, like she kind of looks like the Terminator right now for real. Like it was like some crazy stuff. Like,
oh yeah, that had to hurt your toes.
They were because you like slammed them so hard. So I was like testing them. I literally hadn't done them the whole time leading up to the match until like 2 days before, 3 days before. So I got on Amazon and I'm like searching toe protectors because I knew if anything was going to hurt, it was going to be banging the toes on the double touch. Toes to bar you can kind of control a little bit more. So I found them and they like look like little clappers that sit on your toes. But every time you hit the bar, it's so loud. It was overwhelming me. So anyways, by match time, I just took them off and it was fine, but they were obnoxious.
Yeah, because also you guys decided like if it would be like, oh, if it didn't make a sound as loud as it was like on the last
Super
one,
obvious.
like it
Yeah.
would probably like fault you or something, right?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you
Luckily,
like
I was
even
like, oh,
kind of hit it not enough and you don't hear that really loud clap sound of like metal to plastic, it would have been a really obvious no rep. So we just decided like take him off for the match and go for it. It was a better. It worked. It worked.
yeah. So, all right. So you started last season, Tori. You started this season, Julia. What was Well, firstly, did you know about like the reputation of, I guess, like the Venom and like who they were as a team, and that they weren't the winningest team, and how did that, make you feel going into the season?
Honestly, to be quite honest, I didn't like look at people like team stats or like anything. I literally didn't know anything about grid. Even when I went to this match, I just practiced the movements Paul gave me. He's like, do this and then do that, and that's what I did. So so honestly, there's actually multiple teams that reached out to me, like the Palm Beach, I think, West Palm Beach,
Palm Beach
the
Breakers?
yeah,
Mhm.
and then the Brigade,
Oh, the
right? I
Palms.
almost
The Palms are the
and then I
painting.
almost went on the well, I didn't almost, but Brigade reached out to me, and then obviously the Venom, but Paul was the first one to reach out to me, and uh, and the other teams, they're just like, we need someone. We just need some. We're short. We just need someone. But I wanted to be, and then I was like, Paul, I'll join the Venom because I'm loyal, you know. But I will say, going to Dallas, doing the match, still not knowing any rules, right? Like, Paul's throwing up a flag, and it's called a challenge flag. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what a challenge flag is. and then there's like a bonus flag. And I'm like, I don't know what a bonus flag. So I felt so bad. I was asking, everyone on the team was great. Everyone's so nice. I was asking literally everybody on the team, and I was like, I'm sorry, you guys, but like, I'm just trying to learn the rules. I don't know what a challenge is or a bonus or like this is, that is, like, how's the point, like, I don't even know how the point ratio works, right? Like, if you want to match, it's not depicted on how many matches you win, it's depicted on how many point differential. So like, now I know it's, and I would say like for people who've never done grid, it's kind of hard to understand the rules about it a little bit unless you actually do it. And then I'm like, once I did it, I was like, oh, this is actually really easy to understand. But like looking from the outside in for like spectators, I could see how confusing it can kind of get, to like understand like the rules, like why you want to throw a challenge, because like every second counts, or
Yeah.
the bonus. So yeah, it was actually
That's
really
still overwhelming. Like that for me, I'm the same way. I kind of just stay my lane. Like, this is your job, do your job. But like all that stuff still overwhelms me. I think I got a lot better of it by Dallas this year for sure. But there's just a lot of technicalities in Grid League that sometimes you don't know till you do it. And you're like, okay, well, now we know. But there's just a lot. That's what makes Grid League so hard. I was talking to Wes about it actually in Dallas and asked him what he thought. And he's like, man, I feel really good, but all these little technical things that come out of nowhere that, it's hard to know all of them. He said that was the hardest part, was just it's hard to study them all enough to know them until it kind of happens and you just got to learn from it.
yeah,
For sure.
like everything. Yeah, I learned a lot just being Dallas. But I like doing double matches too. I think it would be worth traveling more for athletes, especially who are going from like California to Florida for like one match, and especially being in the military, it's like really hard for me to like go for a weekend and then have to be back at work, which I was also stressing when I was trying to get back home from Dallas. My flight kept getting delayed. I kept calling Tori. I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't get home till 2:30 that morning. It was so stressful.
So Julia just started school the week of Dallas, and she was coming, like, she flew in hot after class on Friday and then flew back hot on Sunday night because she had to be back in school Monday morning. So she flew out late Sunday after we had competed, and she kind of took the gamble from being, because she didn't tell them, so she had to be in school first thing Monday morning, and her flight on Sunday got delayed and delayed and delayed, and she already flew out. It was like 7 p.m. was your initial flight. Yeah, and
Yep.
I was like, this girl's gonna get canceled, and this is exactly what she said on Friday was gonna happen. It didn't happen. She ended up, but everybody else got canceled. So you are so lucky. I was
Yeah.
worried about that.
I'm not doing that again. I'm just gonna
Tell them.
request the weekend off, because
Yeah.
if you actually request those days off and something like that does happen, then like that's so understandable, and like you're not gonna like they're not gonna fault you for that. But if you're doing anything like low key, so like the military is very adamant about like if it's a 2-day weekend, you can only travel like a certain mile radius. Like so for me right now, I can't go any further than 250 miles. If it's a 3-day weekend, I can't go any further than like 300 miles. And if it's a 4-day, it's like 400 miles or whatever it is. So, so if it's a 2-day weekend, I'm traveling across the like that's like a big like you can't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, you gonna drive?
You saw what?
I was like, so are you gonna rent a car and drive for the night? Because
Someone from the airport was like, "Hey, you can go there. I'm sure there's like quicker flights out of El Paso. You can just go rent a car and then drive there and then see if you can fly." I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, so I got home at like 2:30, went to bed at like 3, and then was up at 6 to go to school all day. And surprisingly, I trained that day too, and I was actually okay. I think it was like the adrenaline and like the like just like being anxious, like I didn't want to be late for school. So like it's kind of one of those things where you just keep waking up because you're scared like you're gonna sleep through your alarm. And then I was like totally awake in class. I wasn't falling asleep or anything because I was so focused on like just trying to learn. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Lesson learned.
No. Yeah, that sounds rough. I mean, we were canceled for an entire 24 hours.
Dang,
Yeah, I
that's
saw
crazy.
that.
I heard it seemed like when I flew too, there's like the skies were clear, like nothing. It wasn't even rainy, but the airport was just so backed up because flights before were also canceled. And like I was talking to like other people, like yeah, my flight was canceled yesterday, and then it just kept putting more stress on me. I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna make it back home. But luckily my flight was early enough to where like when it did get delayed, I was able to, to get back. But my flight didn't leave till like 11. Like
that's good. Yeah, no, but Tori's Tori flew out early on Monday, right, Tori? Like in the afternoon, like early afternoon. Like, did you have trouble with the weather or anything?
Nope. Solid.
That's good.
Good to go.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I think we got delayed a little bit, but I don't even know if it was because of weather, to be honest.
But you didn't fly out of Dallas Airport. You flew out of like Love, right?
Love Field, yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I should have.
By the way, next time you go to Dallas, that's the place to go. Yep, 100%.
Yeah, no, literally.
Cheaper,
I
smaller.
flew in there. I flew into Love Field and then we flew out of Dallas Fort Worth, and like I honestly like booked the flight not knowing that those were two different airports because I'm not, the brightest in the bunch. But it was like, oh, we should have just like left through that one. Like that would make so much more sense.
Yeah.
But
I ran into Dan at the airport too, since he had like a super late flight, and then yeah. I will say the best part about Grid 2 though was like we had like a little dancing, like the little dancing.
Oh my god, you on the box?
Yeah. I was like, so like I'm known for like
Dan and
between my sets. Like every time I'm lifting or I'm doing like a heavy lift, I'm like I'm always have to like that's like a way for me to like hype myself up to do a heavy lift. Yeah, it's like I kind of like dance a little bit like as I'm listening to music. So yeah, it was definitely
that whole match was fun when Dan and what is it, Matt
Ratte?
Ratte, is that how you say it?
Yeah, I guess he competed with Mike at NorCal or against Mike.
Yeah, that whole match was fun, and they looked like that was planned the whole time. That was really cool.
I know. It was like I was like, did they plan that? And they're just,
so in sync.
Awesome. Yeah,
they're just 2 Asians, just
Asian power, man. They're so cool.
Great.
Love those guys.
I will say your
But
guys' commentating on Grid was so funny, and Taylor was like, it looks like a dance party. What is going on?
I was like, I was so confused because I was trying to take it to commercial, and like all of a sudden I just look up and it's just like lit, and I was like, I can't send it to commercial right now. Like, there's no way that I'm doing that. Like, this is the best.
People need to see this.
Fun.
Yeah, truly. Oh, Dakota's in the comments. What's up, Dakota?
You missed
But
everything.
I know, Dakota, you
Everything.
missed the best parts. We're just talking crap about you, so you might. No, I'm kidding. But Tori, you were on the Venom last season. You're on the Venom this season, obviously. What was it like to get your first win?
Oh man, I don't know if y'all saw, but on the third match against Brigade, to be honest, I like that third time we had to run sprint relay back. I actually like was borderline sobbing right before I had to run back out into the bar muscle ups again. I didn't care that we lost that match. The next day, of course, was great to win. It was like a full circle moment, but I feel like all the trials and tribulations over the past year and even going into Brigade, there was just so much unknown because we finally had a full team together to do what we needed to do and give some of us, I feel like I have a lot of pressure because I do a lot in every single match to feel like we had a full team so that we could each kind of like get those breaks that we need and have the people fill in like where they're supposed to be. Was really like an emotional thing because you really feel that pressure if you're in the match a lot to perform like you need to, and it's a lot start to finish. But when we were just like putting up that kind of fight on that third match, like we should have been doing all season, it was
Yeah.
really emotional. Everybody was so fired up on the sidelines because it was like that's what it's supposed to feel like. It's not supposed to feel like an ass whooping the whole time, you know? So it's really emotional. I looked at Alec and he like saw me and he's like, don't do that. Let's go. We've got one more. So we did it. And of course, my finger like is over the line. So we got a fault there, which sucked. But I don't even care. It just to feel that feeling like we should have been feeling the whole time was probably, I don't know, the best part of this entire season for me. And then again, winning was great, but that was the best. Just to be able to put up a fight to that kind of team. Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, that was probably like the best match I've ever seen in Grid. Like, that was like
100%.
that was
Really?
absolutely insane. Like, just to watch, like Taylor and I were like grabbing each other's shoulders and like shaking each other the whole time that we're like talking, like, oh my God, like they're gonna do it. And the fact that
Yeah.
the Venom, like, a lot of people don't give you guys credit because it was really close. You guys kept the same roster and the same game plan for all three of those sprint relays, and the
Yeah.
brigade were able to switch out people for the rerun of the sprint relay. So it was
And
sprint
every
relay, the
single,
rerun.
I feel like, go ahead.
No, it was the sprint relay, the rerun, and the
The
gridlock.
tiebreaker.
The gridlock,
Yeah.
it's which is the tiebreaker, of course. And then, but they were able to switch the roster for the rerun, but like keep the original like sprint relay and the gridlock the same roster. But they were able to like get that, rest in between. But you guys just sent it with the same people every time, right?
Full send. We were so amped up. And you know what's even, if you go back and watch it, I don't think any of us slowed down. Like
No.
Marissa got like faster on the kettlebells. I feel like the bar muscle ups didn't really change. Alec was like flawless. Wes's, deadlifts are nothing. I to be honest, I don't think we would have done it any other way. We all were so fired up at that point. We're like, let's do this 5 more times. Let's go. And then
Yeah,
freaking
and-
Julia's
oh yeah. I will say, I was like, it was so funny because during that match, like I only had, because I'm dealing with a shoulder injury right now, so I can't do
Right.
anything overhead. I would have loved to do all the ladders, right? But like every ladder was like something overhead, snatch, clean and push press. I was like, this is not this is horrible for me. But and I was just
so
like,
good.
Well, yeah, when we started, I was like, you guys are crushing it, because I go towards the end during the triad. And
Yeah.
I was like, it will be my moment to shine in a minute. I'm gonna get there. And then when it was about to start the triad, everyone on the team was like, Julia, this is your time. This is your moment to shine.
Oh wait, this is a different match. What did you do in this match?
We're talking about the sprint relay.
Oh, the doubles press. The doubles press?
On the third one. No, that was on the fourth one. I get so confused.
The doubles press sprint relay was the one against the Bandits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're talking about Brigade. Yeah, that one was
we're talking about the Brigade. Yeah, I thought it was just so cool to like watch those like 3 relays, because we actually like won 2 out of the 3, you know. And Tori, I want to smack you for your fingers not touching past the.
I cut my fingernails off.
I'm just kidding.
And then that was the one where Dakota was going up over the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dakota's like just throwing his life over this wall, just back and forth too.
Moving. I was like, gee.
No, you guys crushed. Dakota said we got robbed. Everyone knows it. It's so hard,
Sorry,
man.
y'all.
Especially like when you win twice and then like the third time. It could have been like contested, but you know, some people didn't sprint like they're supposed to the finish line. But that's all right. We all learn rookie mistakes.
Yeah. Still really fun, really cool, really emotional. That's what we need to do.
But I'll say that the relay for the Bandit, when we went against the Bandits, I was like kind of stressing too, because we had to make up some groundwork.
No, and you did, and it was crazy. You made up like an entire 2 seconds on that sprint relay.
Yeah,
she did, and I told her before she went. Before she went, I was like, for weeks before that, we were talking about like, yeah, in CrossFit you do the whole swing thing through your legs and you come down. I was like, Gridley is not a full send it, and she freaking full sent it out there and did like the grid thing. And yeah, your shoulder like held up really good too. But that grid speed is very different, which you obviously know now, but you caught up.
Yeah, I knew I had to. And then I was happy that we won that match.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous in the beginning. I was nervous in the beginning, not gonna lie. Before when I was kind of watching everybody.
They did good.
Then, I think if it wasn't for me, I wouldn't say just me, but like I think if I didn't go at the pace that I did, I think we would still be like kind of a little bit behind, you know.
Yeah. It wasn't until you did that it was like the Bandits ahead, and then you made up like 2 seconds on that, and that's when like this front relay became yours. So that was really cool. Like when it's like and you're like switching like who's in front and stuff, which was
that whole match was fun.
What was also funny too is like my boyfriend was doing a watch party like podcast with Glitten Things podcast. I don't know if you know.
I saw.
Yeah, did you watch it? Or so Paul messaged me and he was like laughing. He was like, I think it's so funny, like during the match you're giving them like updates.
Yeah, you were.
Because like they're like, because my boyfriend and like the Glitten girls, they didn't know anything about grid. So like Jason, that was also on there, was trying to explain the rules. So
yeah,
it was just
really Jason.
Yeah.
Jason is the guy in the comments, like when we don't have like our moderator to respond to like the comments asking what's happening, like you can always count on Jason to be there and telling people what's going on.
Yeah, he's very involved with grid this season. He's normally more involved, or I mean I've only seen him really involved in CrossFit, so it's kind of cool to see him getting into grid.
Yeah, I think this is like his 3rd season watching, and he's just the coolest guy. So I'm glad that he's gonna come to Florida and get to watch the championship. You know who we're talking about, right, Tori? The English guy?
Yes.
He's from like the UK, right? Or is he from the UK?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he messaged me on like the 3rd against Brigade, and he's like, oof, that was that feel. And I was like, well, I mean, he probably doesn't, maybe he didn't. Yeah, I don't think many people understand what happened truly behind the scenes except for us. I was like, I don't think you understand how good that felt, you know, for us. So, like, he was watching.
No, you guys crushed, and I'm glad that, you know, people are finally starting to see Venom as like an actual team, because it's been a while, obviously.
We just need to keep a roster.
Crap that happened. Yeah, exactly. So last season was tough because all the people leaving and getting kicked off and combination of the two things. But you guys came back and it was fun. It was at least fun to watch. I think the Venom definitely has something like for entertainment value to offer for sure. Like I think it's one of the more fun teams to watch play and
Yeah.
do things.
There was an
And
interview that they had behind the scenes at the Valor match, and they were like, "What's one thing that people need to know about Venom?" And I was like, "Well, you just never know what you're going to get with Venom." And I think that's the coolest thing is we kind of just always bring some kind of trick out of our sleeve, whether it's another athlete or some shake up in the strategy or something. So I think that's a good thing for us.
100%. That's really cool. Did you I don't know where Julia went. I'm sure she'll be back in a second. Probably her alarm went off again. But her shower alarm.
Showers, TV shower.
But yeah, are you excited for next season?
Yeah. Kind of waiting and hoping that everybody wants to come back and do it again and hopefully be at every single match. And I think that's kind of what I'm waiting on to see who's coming back and how much commitment they have to give to us. And I think once you hear that, it's a little bit like rocky right now because you really don't know. And obviously we've dealt with a lot for the past 2 seasons. So
Yeah.
I'll be excited when I hear everybody's coming back. You know what I mean? And for the whole season.
Yeah, heck yeah. And Julia, are you thinking about coming back to the Venom as well? I know Mike was in the comments. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be joining next year." So
Yeah, I
don't know. What do you
definitely
think?
I do plan on it. Well, it really depends like how my shoulder shakes up too. I am getting like PRP injection in my shoulder in 2 weeks, so I'm really hoping that that really gets better, so I can start doing some more like work on my volume and stuff. I mean, it's so far out right now that like I feel like I would be better by then, and then hopefully my boyfriend will be joining the team as well. His bread and butter is like gymnastics.
Oh, cool.
He's like really well rounded, but his bread and butter is like handstand push ups, muscle ups. Definitely not as fast as Alec on like handstand walks for sure. But he can do like everything essentially. So he would be a really
Oh,
good
sick.
athlete to
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that for him. I mean, I don't know him very well, but I mean, I don't know him at all, but I
Yeah, he
haven't
has like
seen
really good
anything.
like he helps me with my gymnastics, with like technique and to get better because he has a really good volume with like strict handstand push-ups, ring muscle ups. Like he's just like really good, and he's been doing CrossFit for like I don't know 12, 13, 14. I don't want to get the number wrong
Yeah,
for a long time. So
sick. All
yeah.
right, let me ask you guys something. I've been asking everybody. I know we have to hop off soon because you guys got big girl things to do, and I'm just a humble podcaster with 3 views right now. But what? But what are we? Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know what that is. There's like an earthquake. I live in Florida. What is like the what do we think about the playoffs and the champs? Julia, you're probably like just tuning into grid and like learning about the teams and stuff. So it's Sharks Brigade versus Breakers Lions, if that means anything to you.
Yeah, I feel like the Sharks and Brigade will be a really good match to see. I don't really know much about the Breakers and you said Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know like I don't really know that team specifically. It's because like
Okay.
I know a lot of people on the Brigade, so I kind of like keep up like with them. And they have really good athletes. It'll definitely be interesting to watch. How does that work though? Is it just like they do the playoffs and then like at the end it's like whoever like wins overall?
Yeah, so it's 2 playoff games. So Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and then later that day they do the championship match. So they do 2 matches in one day if you win.
Okay. And they like okay. Got it.
Yeah. So they have to prepare for both in
I think
advance, but they, obviously practice the playoffs more because that's what they know that they're gonna do for sure. The
Yeah.
format.
Okay.
I think Sharks and Brigade's going to be really tight, really good. I mean, I think we got stomped by the Sharks. So, but we also didn't have a full roster. So I just know that they're really, really strong. Brigade's really strong too, though. And I mean, they've obviously got a really good roster too, and a lot of years behind them. I love the Breakers, so I think there's really good players on both of them. But I really am pulling for the Breakers in the other one, just because I've got
Okay.
personal relationships with a lot of them.
Yeah, that's right. A few of them almost joined the Venom to come hang out with you, like Billy and stuff. Because you're in Alabama, right?
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
yeah,
Fun
time.
Yeah, I'll move back to
Yeah.
the East Coast next year, end of next year.
Oh snap! Where?
It's 2 areas. It's either Albany, Georgia, or DC. So, yeah. Tori wants me to go to Albany, Georgia, but I'm like, there's nothing over there.
yes.
Yeah, that's pretty nowhere. But DC is really cool. DC would be like especially for what you're doing and stuff.
Yeah, I've been to DC before, and there's just so much to do. It's more scenic, more you can walk around and stuff. But it'd be good just to be back on the East Coast, like overall, and like traveling will be so much better than having to spend like a $400 plane ticket to like $150 plane ticket. Huge difference, you know. So
I love the East Coast. I'm an East Coast girl.
I am too. I am too. Everyone loves Cali weather, but you know what? I love the Florida weather way better.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about California and like I'm gonna get canceled, but like Californians, like I don't that's not like it's not my life, you know? It's just very the way that everybody lives their life is so different from like I feel like from coast to coast. I don't know.
I will say that. I say this to everybody, and I even said this to my boyfriend. I was like, people like in California, like no one goes to the beach to lay out. The water's really cold. No one goes on boats here, jet skis. Like I had to sell my jet ski in Florida when I moved to Cali. Like I had a jet ski, a paddleboard. I went to the springs, right? Rainbow River, Ginnie Springs. There's no like springs here. And like the vibe in Florida is just like, I don't know. I think it's just like way better. I feel more, I was always outside doing something always, but like, I feel like since I came to Cali, I'm like always inside. And there's beautiful spots in California. Don't get me wrong, like to walk around and explore and stuff. But as far as like beach weather, it's very overcast. I noticed here it's very overcast here. Very overcast. Yeah. It's like sunny for like a couple hours, but for most of the part, it's like super cloudy. Depending on where you're at, though, like Sacramento is always sunny and hot. San Jose is pretty sunny and hot, but like still, there's like they're not the ocean. Like I like to go to the beach and like lay out and just be lazy and just get a tan, you know, or go in the water. I can't walk in the ocean and just cool off because the water's so cold.
Yeah, you got a beach bum sometimes, you know.
Always. That was like my go-to thing, or I'll just jet ski. I love jet skiing.
That's lit. Go ahead,
Tori. Don't hate me, y'all. I'm gonna have to leave. I got to go to an appointment.
Love you, girl. I'll let both of you go.
Love y'all.
Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you next season.
Sounds good. Bye,
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Bye, y'all.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Bye, Tori.